Hello, everybody. My name's Adam, and welcome to ASC Colony live stream.
Well, we don't have anybody in, and we're not going to have anybody in if we keep that up. So, but I do want to thank, every week Benjamin Pike likes our stuff, and I want to just do a call out to Benjamin. Thank you very much for consistently liking the show. So, thank you, Benjamin.
Yeah, thanks, Benjamin. You good now?
Yeah.
Okay. Brendan, how are you doing? I got all sorts of mixed up because you interrupted me before I could even. I was trying to do my intro, and you interrupted me.
I'm sorry. I'm fine. How are you?
I've been under the weather, but I think I'm on the mend. I'm coming back around. And I told you before the show that I do have a canker sore on the side of my tongue, so I am going to sound funny when I talk today. So I apologize for that.
Well, wait till Glenn gets in here to make fun of you, or Marty, one of those two.
Yeah, well, that's right. I'll take their abuse. Also, I have a co-pilot with me today. Down here is my friend Amelia. Right now she's playing her Nintendo Switch, and she's gonna sit here and make sure I'm doing okay and behaving. That's what she's doing. But she's gonna.
Can I sit on your lap?
She's gonna mind her own business and stuff tonight. She's just gonna watch her show and not talk, right?
Right.
Okay. She's just gonna be cute. So if you guys don't like the information I'm throwing out there, you can at least say, "Hey, who's that cute kid?" And I'll be like, "Hey, that's Amelia." Anyways,
uh-huh.
She might throw some faces out there at us. So, my wife and the other daughter had to do some running, so I didn't want to leave her all alone upstairs by herself where she could potentially start a fire or something. So I told her to come hang out with me. Anyways,
but
what's new?
Well, I am actually tomorrow. I'm heading out and doing some running around tomorrow. I'm heading by a Acrylic's place to talk to them about windows and see if they can do anything here locally before I start going crazy. So I'm doing that. I've contacted some different locations as well. So constantly contacting and trying to move forward for ASC. But that's all, folks. For news right now.
Yeah, it's like, all right, nobody's turn it off.
Yeah, we're done. We're done here. But no, that's as far as the ASC stuff. That's the only real updates we got. Is hopefully I'll have more information for next week. And speaking of next week, you got some plans for next week's episode, don't you?
Oh yeah. Well, really, next week it's going to come down to you and Babe are going to do most of the work. I mean, I'm going to do the footwork, but you guys are going to be doing all the work of the show. So,
okay. See, I don't know what Adam's doing week to week right now. He kind of gives me a little bit idea what's going on, but I have no idea what the nuts and bolts are. So,
I gotta say it'll be kind of nice after next week that I can hand it over to you again, because planning it out and stuff is more work than I want to do right now. So
it's a lot of work.
But it is what it is, buddy. Oh, hey, Phil Schwartz. He likes turtles. That's a buddy of mine. Thanks, Phil.
I assumed as much.
You're like, oh, whenever someone says something weird, must be one of Adam's friends. Anyways.
So what are we doing tonight?
So, today we are talking about some scary locations in the ocean.
Are you like eating while we're doing this?
No, this just happened to be on my desk at the time that I was doing this, and I just wanted to wave it as a point of emphasis. I'm trying to keep my information and my infographics here organized, so please bear with me. So,
Sorry, what were we talking about again?
Just getting into it.
My
First
bad.
week, we did terrifying, scary scuba diving stories. We did that first week of October. Second week, or last week, we did ships that have vanished and mysterious disappearances of ships. And today, we are doing the most, I guess, mysterious or dangerous, scary locations in the ocean. And I got a few examples here that I'm going to go
I'll
over.
be curious to see what you got.
And if anybody has anything else they want to throw in there.
Because the whole ocean is scary.
Yeah, these are kind of designated ones. So, so first and foremost, I'm going to throw my screen up here. Ooh, whoops.
Where'd you go?
Right here. So, do you have any idea what the first one's going to be there, Brendan? Based off of my infographic that I have?
I get some ideas, but go ahead and go for it.
What do you mean? Are you being sassy, or do you actually not know? My God.
It looks like the Mariana Trench.
Okay, thank you. That's what it is. Plain and simple.
Because there's a big Mariana right there, but
Big Mariana. I used to date a girl named Big Mariana.
I knew some stupid comment was coming.
Okay, so Mariana's Trench is more than 15 miles long, or more than 15 miles. Sorry, more than 1,500 miles long, and is on average more than 40 miles wide. But what is most impressive about the Marianas Trench is its depth. Brendan, do you have a estimate on how deep you think that?
Yeah, it's like 7 miles.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it's 7 miles. We have talked about the Marianas Trench.
33,000 foot, I think it is, something like that.
Right.
35,000.
So, yeah, this one is kind of obvious, and a lot of people know about the Marianas Trench. We've talked about it quite a bit. We've talked about.
I would hope that most of the people watching this would be very familiar with it.
Well, and not just. I mean, there's a lot of people that don't necessarily know about. They might have heard of it, but all the stories around it. So, in 1960 was the first time anybody ever actually reached the bottom of it, and that was the deepest point is actually called Challenger's Deep. And I believe that the first expedition down there, they were in their capsule or their little
Bathyscaphe.
Yeah. And
the Trieste.
And I believe this is the same one that as they were going down, that the glass kind of started cracking in it.
It did.
So if that's not scary enough.
Yeah, that'd be enough for me right there.
Yeah. So with that alone, so that talking about the scary aspects of it, just the pressure of being that deep alone would kill a person. Obviously, we talk about just after you even get a few 100 feet down or whatever, the gases and all that stuff has to be regulated and all that in your body just to be able to handle it. But just the mere pressure of being at that depth, like if you were just to open the hatch for some reason and be down there, you'd be done for.
Well, and once again, there's no gases as long as you're inside that thing. It's you're fine. It's if you're outside, and
Scuba.
You'd be instantaneously dead if that thing, because I mean, the water would rush in so fast. I mean, it wouldn't take a second. You'd be gone.
I've actually seen some graphic pictures of it wasn't in the Marianas Trench, but there was I think it was like a submarine or some research thing where they were very far down and they were opening chambers in their the unit or whatever it was. I can't remember if it was a sub or what, but they did not do it in the correct order, and it gave it, I guess, imbalance in the pressure, and basically just imploded this thing. And they showed pictures of the bodies afterwards, and there was like nothing left. You know, it was just
Holy cow!
yeah, it was just like fragments because of just the pressure of all of it.
Yeah.
So scary stuff.
Yeah.
That, and there's like this. I think the mysterious side of it is that there is certain animals and like not animals, but like creatures that are capable of living that deep. And it's just kind of crazy when you think about the biology of what could survive at that kind of pressure. Because I mean, obviously they go pretty deep, and at the very bottom there's no light. So I mean, a lot of these creatures on there are, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't even think of it. Not nocturnal, but they don't need. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for. Yeah. So here's another infographic here. So the Marianas Trench is deeper than Mount Everest is tall. You see here, the sunlight zone is 200 meters deep, or about 656. That's at the continental shelf level. Where the maximum depth of a sperm whale would be at is about 3,300 feet, 1,000 meters. The Titanic is at a level of.
Did you say Titanic?
I did say Titanic.
Hey,
is at 1,250 feet. I'm sorry, 12,500 feet. And then you see all the way down here, this is where James Cameron got. So James Cameron filmed a movie called The Titanic, but he went even deeper than the Titanic.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy. Okay. So, yeah, pretty obvious one, Marianas Trench. Second one, a lot of people know about too. What's that, Brendan?
Is that the blue hole over in Belize?
That's the Great Blue Hole of Belize. So why I put this on here as being like
why is that scary?
Because a few things. First off, the amount of people that like either have been killed or gotten messed up because they are not experienced in diving this place. First of all,
I wasn't aware there's a lot of people that died there.
Yeah, because if you're not experienced, it's not a good deal. So here it says this is an article I have that says why it is dangerous to dive in the Great Blue Hole if you are an inexperienced diver. Being an inexperienced diver is an issue in every blue hole, even if blue holes are just as their name suggests, holes. They are still not the best spots to start diving. Indeed, blue holes are deep. The problem caused by the fact is that inexperienced divers tend to push too deep. Ego is your enemy in that case. You want to limit yourself. As a beginner, you do not want to go deeper than 20 meters. As a hardened diver, you can push up to 35 meters. Finally, as a certified diver, you can get up to 40 meters. The issue is the following. The Great Blue Hole is around 125 meters deep. Even professional divers can't reach the bottom of this blue hole, meaning that you should not even imagine the possibility of reaching the bottom of the blue hole. It is really important to mention that the risks divers encounter in the Great Blue Hole of Belize are almost the same as the ones they encounter in other diving spots. Those risks are all related to the mindset of the diver. It is about making bad decisions, such as going too deep, not checking equipment beforehand, panicking. Those are just the mistakes you make. Another one I found is the water clarity. Means the water is so clear, what you'd think like, oh, that can't be a bad thing. You know, water clarity would be a good thing. But from what I understand, crystal clear water can easily become a trap. You'll have trouble knowing how deep you are. Normally, you can feel how deep you are thanks to luminosity around you, but once again, if the water is super clear, the distances shorten in your mind. So that kind of goes back to the first part. If you're diving and the water's super clear, it could mess up your what you're thinking is going on there. And lastly, sharks, bull sharks, Caribbean reef sharks, and hammerhead sharks. All of them are pretty popular in that area. So, yeah, Great Blue Hole.
I know Fabian Cousteau just took a big old thing there. I think it was last year or was early this year there, and they did a whole entire documentary thing on it.
On the Great Blue Hole?
Uh-huh.
In the Great Blue Hole. This is another picture from inside that area. That is really cool, Abby Gamer. Thank you. Next one. Have you heard of this one, Brendan? Do you know what that is?
Just looks like a vortex somewhere.
Ooh, close. It is. I'm going to butcher how to say this. The Corevrekan Whirlpool. The Corevrekan Whirlpool. It is one of the most dangerous stretches of water around the British Isles, and it is one of the largest permanent whirlpools on Earth.
So it's like always going?
Yes. It is said that at certain times, the roar is so loud that it can be heard up to 10 miles away. At full strength, the currents can reach over 10 knots and produce waves over 9 meters high. Visitors will find a number of tour operators in the area offering boat trips to the whirlpool and its surrounding waters, known as the Gulf of Corevrekan. So,
getting too close to that sucker.
Well, yeah, that's the thing is that it's very dangerous because obviously it's a whirlpool. And it's one of the largest ones. So
what causes it?
I don't have that info pulled up, but
Daddy,
I did have it at one point.
this?
What?
Can you plug my headphone?
You're good. Okay. That's right. I really didn't have a whole lot with that one. That was kind of the.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of interesting. What's wrong with your headphones now?
They keep going on.
Okay, just don't watch any videos then. So the next one that I have, and this is actually kind of the last one because I thought they would take longer to go through, but it'll leave time for us to talk about other stuff at the end.
Yeah.
This is. Nope, not going to do that. The Chukchuk Atoll.
Uh-huh.
It is the largest.
But I can hear.
Well, I know, but you can't do that down here. Okay.
I can do that still.
You got to be quiet now. Sorry. This is the largest, graveyard of shipwrecks. So it's a World War II shipwreck. It is a Japanese. It was after a operation called the. You got to be quiet right now. I'll talk to you in a little bit, okay? Now I keep losing my spot. The legacy of a fierce World War II battle between the Japanese Imperial Fleet and Allied, primarily the United States, carrier attack planes. So there's over 100 wrecks between ships, planes, and submarines in this area. It's been known to be a pretty popular diving spot for people that are into wrecks and all that. The creepy part about all of it, though, is that there's basically still just tons of skeletons and remains of people down there. But like I said, it remains a really popular diving spot. As you can see here, some of the gas masks and stuff that have been left over. There's tanks and cars and planes and shit. They said it was kind of when you think about the equivalent to a retaliation of the Pearl Harbor type thing, because it took out one of their largest fleets, like when it came to like their Air Force, their Navy, and all that. Another, it's also called like the Truck Lagoon. And I'm probably butchering the pronunciations of that. But yeah, it's a super popular diving spot. But like I said, it's also been described as a very creepy one too, just because of the amount of human remains that are still down there. And
well, it's probably not even. It's probably just skeletons at this point in time.
Skeleton, yeah.
Picked everything else.
I guess you can't really say human remains, but yeah, skeletons. Yeah. But even then, I think that'd be a little eerie to me. Just but at the same time, I think it'd be kind of cool too. So it's like, I don't know. But yeah, those are. And I wish, now that I kind of breezed through them, I kind of wish I had one more that I was going to throw in there. But
yeah, that one there, I remember it being in Skin Diver magazine back in, man, as long as I can remember. I'm talking about different dive spots around the world. So yeah, that one I'm very familiar with. The whirlpool one still just boggles my mind how a whirlpool is constantly going like that. But it's cool.
Yeah. Hold on.
Let me take the screen off here.
Oh yeah, I thought I did. Sorry.
Nope.
I was gonna see if I can find that while I'm looking for it.
Well, you're looking for it. Yeah, if anybody else has any other interesting, it doesn't have to be scary, but unique stuff along those lines, that'd be cool to hear about.
Oh, you know, one I didn't throw in that I should have is, and we talked about it last week, is the underwater pyramids by Cuba.
Oh, yeah. Once again, that's more of like a conspiracy thing because there's because it's not really, nobody's 100% determined that there are actually pyramids there. There's some weird formations. That was weird, like the Bimini Road or that structure over off Japan, and India's got some weird stuff too. So I mean, they're all over the place,
right?
So yeah, but hey, aren't you going to be doing like a live stream here playing video games coming up?
Next Saturday, sir.
Next Saturday, the 30th, 29th.
Yes, 30th, I believe.
Yeah, 30th.
Oh, real quick. So I looked up the Wikipedia of the core of Reckon, or whatever. Strong Atlantic currents and unusual underwater topography together produce a particular intense tidal race in the core of Reckon channel. As the flood tide enters the narrow area between the two islands, it speeds up to 8.5 knots and meets a variety of seabed features, including a deep hole and rising pinnacle. These features combine to create whirlpools, standing waves, and a variety of other surface effects.
Interesting. Well, learn something new tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm trying to narrow it down, actually, and maybe we can... I'm leaning towards playing the game Soma, because that's a game that takes place at an underwater research facility, but it's a horror game.
Okay.
And the other one is a game that's been kind of, I can't think of the name of it now off the top of my head. But you're actually like, it's kind of almost like the Titanic. Like you're in a sinking ship, but there's like, I guess like monsters and stuff that are like also in the ship as you're trying to get out. But from what I understood, it's actually a pretty short game. So I'm trying to decide if like that'd be too short or just enough, or if it just makes sense to play Soma. I don't know.
How long you plan on being on for?
A while.
Okay. Well, you can always play more than one game too. If you bust through the other one real fast, you can always hop on the other one too.
Never know. See how it goes.
Yeah. But yeah. All right. I mean, I'll probably hop in and out. I probably won't spend the whole time in there with you or anything like that. But
why not? You act like you have stuff to do.
Yeah, you never know. A busy guy. Busy guy.
Yeah.
What I'll probably be doing is eating those muffins that are
Banana
right there.
nut muffins.
Those banana nut muffins that are right there.
We should dress up next week.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Oh, okay.
I don't do that whole thing.
Okay. Fine.
I mean, you can dress up if you want. I'll dress up like you. You can dress up like me.
Yeah. I don't have enough Batman shirts.
Yeah, where'd she go?
She decided to go upstairs anyways. She's like, Dad, can I just go upstairs? Yeah, you can. Do we want to cover anything else tonight? Next week, horror movies.
Yeah.
With
Babe probably too.
With Babe Hyde.
So it'll be a fun one. We still need to figure out doing a watch party at some point in time too. So
yeah,
we got a bunch of stuff we need to start working on. Watch party, your live stream of your video game.
Yeah,
start doing more stuff like that because we're ramping some stuff up.
October is going to be fun.
Yeah, and hopefully we get some. We start moving some stuff around here, and we can start doing something next year.
Yeah, buddy. Well, do we want to cover anything else tonight?
I don't think so. I mean, I'm good.
Yeah, me too. I got some other stuff I'm gonna try to take care of tonight. So go ahead and call her tonight
if you want to.
Let me run through our stuff. Hey, Brennan.
Okay, you do that.
What's that place we can go to?
That would be AtlantaSeaColony.com.
And right there, you can find all of our social medias. You can find our Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. You can find our Discord. Which one am I? YouTube. All that good stuff you can find on there.
And if you're on YouTube or if you're not, please go follow us over there. We need as many followers as we get on our YouTube because I want to get the youtube.com/Atlanta Sea Colony. We have to have so many people on there and so many hours watched and all that stuff to be able to get that. So if you don't consume any content, that's fine. Just go follow us for the sake of following us.
Do it.
And then like and comment.
Also, AtlantaSeaColony.com/merch. Get yourself a cool hat.
Yeah.
Cool shirt. Cool everything.
And I'm working on some new merch stuff. Babe and me were talking the other night. We had a late night phone call the other night. We talked about a bunch of stuff. One of the things was some new merch ideas and stuff too. So,
noise. Yeah, and every little bit of that comes and helps us out too. So, first way that you can help us out. Got a Cash App? Do a one-time donation or whatever. $ Atlanta Sea Colony. Plain and simple. Cash App. Also, PayPal. PayPal.me/Atlanta Sea Colony. Anytime you want to donate, you can go either one of those. Whoops. Yeah, either one. Hit them up. Or you want to give on a regular basis? Patreon.com/Atlanta Sea Colony. You can do $1 a month, $5 a month, and that all helps. That all helps, guys. And thanks to our patrons, Edward Haas, Brian Acosta, S. Babe Hyde, Matthew Cathy. Those guys have been patrons for a while now. Also, that'll get you into a exclusive channel in the Discord, which I forgot to mention. We have an awesome Discord going on right now, so check that out when you guys get a chance.
Just threw a link in the chat there for anybody.
Yes, love the Discord. Other than that, guys, it was a quick, sweet episode, but I have to go. Brennan has to go. We're going to talk to you guys next week, where we're going to be talking about some of the scariest oceanic horror films. So we'll see you later. Love you.